Now, as a man of nature and reality, and a psychology student, I want to know, what is the true definition of insanity? What do you think insanity means?
Hold on 1 minute there. The definition of insanity is to do the same thing and to expect
Different results.
different results.
Okay, well, how do you know who's insane and who's not? How do you say, oh, well, that fool is crazy as hell. He's insane.
That's like motherfuckers that want to get the money, right? But they keep doing the same shit and getting the same result. They're doing the same thing expecting a different result, but it's not going to happen because they're doing the same thing. Do you see the psychosis of that? You think that you can do the same thing and get a different result. If you think that way, you're fucking insane.
So psychosis and insanity is the same thing?
No, psychosis. Psychosis is when your mental condition is not able to be in reality, puts you out of touch with reality. Yeah, psychosis is when your mental condition puts you out of touch with reality.
That's insane.
No, it's a difference. Now, when you think about religion, you know, religion has no real force behind it. You know, it's backed by the fucking government. You know what I mean? So the government is their God.
So you're saying religious people are insane?
Yeah.
Or are they psychosis? Are they psychotic?
They have a mental psychosis because religion, which puts the person in a mental condition, which keeps them out of touch with reality. Reality is not fucking religion. Reality and religion are different, and you cannot. And if you're in one, you cannot be in the other. So to have a mental condition where religion makes you believe in things that are not relative to your situation or to reality, that is a psychosis.
So who's to say what reality is? Who defines reality? Your reality is probably different from my reality. And my reality is probably different from the next person's reality. Who defines the reality? How do you say reality? Like, who says what reality is? What's reality? What's the definition of reality? And how do you gonna say, okay, well, because I'm not in your reality, I'm psychotic? I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer probably had his own reality.
And they say he had a psychosis because he was not able to be in touch with reality.
I think he
when I
did
say
good
reality,
enough.
I mean this three-dimensional width, length, and depth that we're in. This dimension right here.
Three-dimensional?
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
Reality is what can be presumed to be in real life, so to speak. What's real to you? You know, yes, people do have different realities, but
So when do you say, okay, you're crazy, or you're psychotic, or you're, because I have a situation right now where I know he's psychotic. I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna mention names. But I know he's
You got
psychotic.
grown ass people believing that a man is gonna crack the sky and come save them, and you're gonna have thousands of little angels behind him. Where the fuck was this God at when Trayvon Martin was shot down? Where the fuck was this God at
Watching.
watching? How the fuck is that going to help watching? Then when you start to question why shit happened, they say, "Oh, you ain't got enough faith, man."
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. How they gonna get Judgment Day if we forgive them for everything? What type of fucked up person you gotta be to want to be forgiven of your sins?
Everybody wants to be forgiven of their sins.
No. To even that very concept proves the barbarism. For you to conceive of forgiveness of your sins, you have to have done something so that you would conceive as horrible that you can't bear this anymore. Like going around the world killing races of people. You can't bear that sin.
Hitler?
Hitler wasn't nothing.
Say what?
Hitler wasn't nothing compared to a lot of other people. You know, there was a King Leopold that killed over 10,000 Africans in the Congo. And when the motherfuckers didn't come back with enough gold or sugar or tobacco or whatever the currency was at that time, he was cutting hands off. And they point to Hitler. You ever ask why they talk about Hitler?
No, why?
And one of the messages that they transcribed from Hitler, he said that America has stolen God's jewels. And when the world finds this out, it's going to start World War III. But you know that Hitler lost the war, right?
Yeah.
And the false Jewish people that are running the world need us to all focus on that Hitler shit so that they can say, hey, we come out of tribulation. Hey, we come from slavery. Hey, we come out of, hatred, all this shit. We're the chosen people. But that's why Hitler himself was a Jew.
So what are you saying? He was killing his own people?
Yeah.
Why?
So that you could believe they were God's people. All of these, a lot of these wars and shit are started to justify what these people want for global domination. That's like, if I want you to believe something, right? In this book that everybody reads, that I wrote, it says that God's people are going to be exiled and that God's people are going to go through these tribulations and all this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I have to set up something, some great horror, some great Holocaust, so that it justifies me saying I'm God's people now. Now, because you believe I'm God's people, I can take this piece of land. Who the fuck said God was into real estate anyway?
He never owned real estate.
What'd you say?
He never owned real estate. He traveled.
God ain't into no damn real estate. I'm for sure of that.
So would you say Hitler was psychotic?
He was the extreme. I don't know if I would call him psychotic. You know, they were inventing all types of shit over there in Germany. The rockets and shit, that space race shit. That's
Sputnik.
after the motherfuckers went into Germany and got that information. That's when Russia and USA started racing for the space. They also had some other shit up in. He had his scientists working on, like cloning and a bunch of other shit that they don't tell you now. So now they use Hitler as an excuse. Notice niggas done been through slavery, all this and all that. Niggas forget all that shit and talk about these Jews that done been put in slavery for fucking 10, 20 years. Niggas been slaves since been fucking slaves. That shit was set up. This shit was real. And TV didn't record our shit. See what I'm saying? But, nobody wants to talk about the real horrors and shit that slavery brought upon this land, Yes, but we are insane. And those of us that are in religion are in a mental psychosis that puts us out of touch with reality. In this life, you just have to stop for a minute and think, man. You gotta think about where you're going, where you've been, where you at. Try to feel them vibrations and shit. Shit. What I know is, like hip hop. Hip hop was a way that they used to get the message out to the people back when they had Public Enemy, the X Clan, and all those conscious brothers and sisters and shit. And they seen how we used that. That was a world phenomenon. You still got Chinese motherfuckers b-boy dancing and shit. Got whole tournaments and contests for this shit. Worldwide phenomenon. So they infiltrated that hip hop shit and made it what it is today, all gay and nigga motherfuckers ain't talking about shit. Bubblegum rap. But that hip hop, it is in us. That's why they can manipulate us with it, But we didn't call it hip hop, it's a science. It's the elements. When you hear somebody, when the person on the mic, they always talking about that they got that fire. It's that fire, That's the fire. That's the element of fire. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the DJ. He gotta know how the people flow and how the people move and groove and shit. That's the water, How the people get that groove thing shaking. Then you got the break dancing and the b-boying and shit. That's the earth in tune for that vibration from your great mother. You know what I mean? It's the earth. Then the graffiti and the hieroglyphs, the spray cans shit. That's the air. And it's in us already. But because you're not into that shit, they use it against you. Nothing new under the sun. You notice that the people that are run the world. Only use religion to control the world. I don't care what people say they believe or whatever. Motherfuckers that run the world use religion to control the world. That's it, you know. But it's crazy how people would rather read a fucking book or think that God writes books and shit than to go see actual monuments and buildings and actual shit you can touch and feel and say, yeah, I come from this, I made this, my ancestors did this. You know? And no one can answer that question. Where the fuck was God when slavery was happening? Now, if you think slavery went on for more than just the 400 years that went on here in the USA, 1,000 years before the white man started taking slaves out of Africa, you had the Arabs. The Arab slave trade, which went on 1,000 years before the white man. So altogether, we've been enslaved for like 22,500 years, some shit. No. Cutting our balls off. Made us hate ourselves, you know? Then if you try to be a real black man today in America, you will be shut down. They do not allow for black men to mature and to distinguish men. Think of all the, you know, revolutionaries and people that have been killed. If they had the chance to live full lives, you know. So you have to know that how blessed you are to live if you live past some of these people. But nobody give a shit no more.